Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another quick little knife review for you. This is a prototype. This is the Brian Nadeau Sharp by Designs Micro Typhoon Evo. The Typhoons, it's been kind of a bit of a joke among some of us that, the mini Typhoon wasn't really that mini. The regular Typhoon is very large. This Micro Typhoon actually it's a normal smallish size knife, and I'm very excited to get my hands on it. It is a very cool design. I've always liked the Typhoon. I've only gotten to handle a couple of them when they come out. I've never gotten a chance to grab one. But this one, I'm going to do my damnedest. This is just a prototype. I have to send it back. But they will be available on Black Friday. I may even repost this video closer to that time. Yeah, on Black Friday, it'll be out, and you can go grab one on the site. Made by Riot. It's, spoiler, very well made. If you couldn't tell, because I already said I'm going to try and buy one. But M390 steel, full titanium. This is the carbon fiber version. There are other versions available. There are full titanium and a couple different trims, I guess you'd call it. There's one that's kind of textured, one with some holes. But and there's this Spanto, Tanto version and a drop point. I'm not sure which one I'll go for when I get it. Probably this with a drop point, maybe. I don't know. I do actually like this blade quite a bit, and I have a Spanto and another knife you're going to see in a moment, so I guess I am kind of into those. But very, very cool design. And the quality, typical Riot, they're gorgeous. To get the price out of the way, $2.99 if you pay the full price at the time. I think it's $10 more if you just pay a deposit and then want to pay the remainder when it ships. I will say I've also ordered the Sharp by Design Void from Brian, and that one I will have as soon as they're available. It's actually going to be available sooner than I thought. I think I'm going to have it next month sometime. So that's very good news. But yeah, if you want one of these, jump on that pre-order. They do go quickly, and make sure that you're looking at this on Black Friday, because you should. Let's do some specs and some size comparisons before we get too much farther. We're going to do the specs live. We're doing it live because this is a prototype, so it's not really listed anywhere yet. As you can see, the blade length, these are 1-inch squares, is about dead on 3 inches. You have an overall length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6¾ inches. You have a blade thickness of, grab my handy dandy calipers here. Sometimes you guys like it when I do these stats live. Maybe I should just do it this way. No, I have it in millimeters because I was measuring for something else. There we go. You have a blade thickness of 0.12 inches roughly. Handle thickness of well under 1/2 inch, 0.47. And let's do a weight really quick. Zero out. Come on. There we go. Yeah, 2.5 ounces. I knew it felt really light, but I've been carrying this the last couple days, but I had not bothered to do measurements and stuff on it yet. I was going to do it before I did the video, but I thought, yeah, maybe you guys would like to see that. Some size comparisons. We will compare it to one of our standards here. We have your Spyderco Para 3. You can see it's even just a little bit smaller than that. We will compare it to, we got a couple other pricey options here. We have the Hinderer Half Track, a little bit longer than that, but obviously infinitely more slender than that. And a knife that I'm going to be giving away imminently because, thank you guys, I crossed 40 people and 40 subscribers on Patreon, so thank you guys very much for that. So imminently, I'll be doing a drawing for this. This is the Wee-Nar. It gives you a pretty good idea of the size of it. Yeah, it's not a big knife at all, and it's like I said, we'd kind of joked about what Brian's definition of mini meant, compared to everybody else. But this is truly a small, nice little gentlemanly knife, and I have to say, carrying it has been an absolute pleasure. One of the things I've liked the most about this is the blade. It is not only wicked sharp. I've not done the behind the edge measurement, but I guarantee you it's going to be very, very thin. It's just so hard to do on camera. Yeah, 14 thousandths behind the edge. Grab it up here. Again, this is really hard to do. I'm getting even thinner than that up here. That may just maybe the spot that I'm grabbing it at. Yeah, I'm getting 11 thousandths up here. Moral of the story, it's very thin behind the edge, very sharp, an M390. It's a great blade to use. And I don't know, I might actually go with, like I said, when I order one, I might actually go with this blade shape because it is awesome. We have a lot of animals in the house. We got our big Chewy order this morning, and I opened them all up with this. And it's like, God, the Tantos, Spantos, whatever. I think he actually calls this a Tanto, not a Spanto, but it kind of looks Spanto-y to me. So I'm a Hinderer guy, so that's what I called it. But great for opening boxes and stuff. Really like it for that. You just use just that little part there. You don't have to go all the way in, and it's they work really well for that. Awesome blade on this. Really, really like it. Carries excellently. I love how there's hardly any screws showing. All you've got is just the pivot on the show side. Like, that's it. All the inlays and stuff aren't screwed in. You don't have screws sticking out for that. That's really nice. It does have an external screw for the pocket clip. I know some of those other ones have internal screws, but I'm assuming that's something to do with the size of it. But it carries extremely well. Fairly deep carry clip. Tension is perfect. Nice milled titanium pocket clip. I have no issues with the way this carries. Now, on some of the bigger Typhoons, the way he does his flipper tabs is a bit unique. They can often be pocket peckers, but on this one, this knife is so small that I really don't. I have no complaints about it. I don't really notice it at all. Everything's nicely rounded off, all that stuff, as you expect from Riot. Very, very well done there. Now, in the deployment, Sharp by Designs, Brian Nadeau's designs are a bit unique. He does not use a detent ball. He uses a detent nub, is what he calls it, and they feel a bit unique, but I really like it. You can't argue with that. I was talking over it, but it's impossible to fail this thing. It really, truly is. The only thing is that, and this is a really light blade, so I wouldn't expect it to be fall shutty anyway. Some of them are not quite as fall shutty as some other knives, but the deployment on them is just outstanding. Yeah, I have zero issues with that. Ergonomics is something I normally talk about earlier in the review, but I forgot. Great. It fits in my hand. Again, I have large size gloves, but pretty skinny fingers. If you have big, meaty hands, you might not be able to get all 4 fingers on this, but I definitely can. Jimping lands in the right place. Pocket clip isn't a hot spot or anything, like, at all. Yeah. I have almost zero complaints about this knife. I really don't. I mean, it just depends on which size you want. And again, they come in batches, so if you missed out on the previous ones, you're gonna have to wait for another one, or find one on the secondary. But really, really liking the Micro Typhoon. Like I said, I have a void on order. I commented on an Instagram post that Brian made the other day that I said, I think I'm gonna go from 0 to 2 Brian Nadeau knives in a pretty short amount of time. And I think that's 100% accurate. I can't, unless I'm just totally broke on Black Friday, I can't see why I wouldn't get one of these. And I would highly suggest you to go and check them out also. I'll link to his website down in the description, so you can keep an eye out for that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've definitely enjoyed carrying this prototype around. I'm very sad that I have to give it back. I've been Brian. Have a good one.